Hey, Dan Weintraub here, danweintraubcoaching.com. I look very athletic, don't I? I coached soccer for 35 years. And I really, at one point, like when I was younger, I'm almost 60. When I was younger, I loved the adrenaline. Like I thrived on adrenaline and cortisol. It's what I'm habituated to based upon my history, based upon how I grew up, what happened in my family of origin, based upon how I'm wired. I mean, it's a whole melange of things, but I am wired and habituated for adrenaline. But what's really interesting is that my body has changed over time. And it's also changed in that adrenaline now makes me feel sick. It doesn't work for me anymore. And what we find, it doesn't not necessarily having to do with age, but as we move in different directions in our lives, as we engage in new daily practices, we may find that there are shifts in our neurophysiology to which we become habituated, which become part of our neurophysiological makeup. And if we resist those changes and try to reenact those parts of our youth that were so nourishing to us, they're not anymore. And it's puzzling. And again, we often ascribe this to the psychological. We say, oh, I've outgrown this. Oh, I've matured. We have all of these words that are laden with meaning and narrative and story. But the reality oftentimes, most times, and I would believe pretty much all the time, is that our neurophysiology has shifted. And it's shifted for many reasons, many of which we don't really need to dig that deeply to try and figure out. But as our neurophysiology shifts, what brings us to that place of homeostasis, that place of just feeling okay, that sense of well-being, changes. So for me, coaching soccer now, competitive soccer, I don't want to do that. And it's not that I've lost interest in soccer, because that's what we say. We say, oh, I used to love coaching soccer, but now I don't love it anymore. Let's get rid of all that meaning. I haven't changed as a human being, right? I loved coaching soccer. I loved the relationships with the players, and I loved the competitive cauldron, and I thrived on it. And all that I just said, my neurophysiology was nourished by cortisol and adrenaline. And as I've gotten older and have a meditation practice and have changed, go for walks every day, and I've sort of nudged my neurology into away from the edgier hormones and neurotransmitters and a little bit more towards the blissful hormones and neurotransmitters, generalizations, of course, my nervous system has changed too. And so really the last 5 years of coaching competitive soccer, I was kind of like, I just wanted to sit on the bench and talk to the players, who aren't in the game. And the assistant coaches would be running the show and yelling, and I would be hanging out and chatting with the players and having a grand old time, because I was unconsciously seeking more of a serotonin-centered relationship to the activity. So what is this all about? What does this all mean? What it means is, like, let's push story and narrative to the side. Let's take all of these words out of it, all of this stuff of the mind, and let's just talk about the fact that our bodies change, our neurologies change, our physiology changes. And moving in a direction that is more in concert with those changes can mean a life that feels more balanced and less desperate. Again, words, right? Like, these are all meaning-making terms, but it can create a sense of equanimity and quiet. And the way you feel that, of course, in your body is one is quiet. So as you're moving through your day, and particularly for those of you who are in my age bracket, as you're moving through your day and experimenting with different practices and different ways of moving through the world, pay attention to what that feeling is in your body, how it feels in your chest, how it feels in your belly, how it feels in your limbs, how it feels in your vestibular system. And pay attention to that. and then make a choice. Choose to either hold on to the reified, habituated states from your younger years or from the past, or choose to listen to your neurophysiology and perhaps not push back so hard against those neurophysiological changes. Interesting stuff. I'm no longer a soccer coach, though I like to dress the part. Thanks for listening. DanWeintraubCoaching.com. Also, all of my books, 4 of them. There are actually 5, but one was written way back in 2011 about coaching youth sports from a Buddhist perspective. That was fun. But my 4 books about neuro coaching and neurohacking and neurophysiology are all available on Amazon. Simply type into the search box there, Dan Weintraub Books. Okay, I'm going to go out and run around the neighborhood because I look so jockey. No, I'm not. I can't walk. I can't run. I can barely walk. My knees and ankles, 40 years of soccer. Are you kidding me? No. Okay, good to see you. Bye.